Why is it that when I try to stream after a long while, I always manage to mute myself? Okay, welcome to the stream. My name is Lucky Erickson, and today we're going to play. Where's the game? Did the game crash? Game volume is okay. Oh, there's the game. Okay. Welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. It's been a while since I last streamed because I was actually stuck being in the office. For those who doesn't know, to explain this, well, let's just say that me and my idol split because of creative difference, but all of us still continue to stream. Apakah bosnya sudah selesai? What bot? Oh yeah, about that. I don't know, but I wish so. I wish it was done, but yeah. Last time I checked on like a music streaming video. Yeah, Lucky watch music from. Lucky hear some music from YouTube. Yeah, I don't use like I didn't use something like, what was it again? Spotify? I don't use Spotify. I listen to music on YouTube. You know that that streaming video like live lofi thing for you to study thing. Yeah, I watched something like that, and I was like there's like some kind of like the spam bots are actually being active, but I don't know, man. I actually delayed some of my streams because of that, but I just wish that it doesn't happen again. Okay, so continuing in this game. Oh, I just realized that my mouse is also on that little computer over there. This is a Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Frankly, I played the Stanley Parable before, but I didn't play the Ultra Deluxe one, and it asked me if I ever played the first Stanley Parable. I literally don't know anything about this game. What I'm saying is, I don't know why they're creating the Ultra Deluxe one. Is this a remake or is this a remaster version? I don't know, or maybe if it's the second game of the Stanley Parable, but I don't really know, and I wish like. Sorry, I was trying to check on my audio, but but for some reason, if I like change windows of this game and suddenly the voice is like gone, I'm just gonna try changing the audio a little bit. It's going to involve a lot of talking, so I want the audio to be like a little big, but does not cover my voice. Alright, I said, oh, I clicked begin game by accident. It's been a while since I streamed, man. I really miss you guys.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yes, I'm Lucky Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley
Oh my god,
was happy.
the background is gone. Yeah.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
It's
No one
literally
had
me in
showed
the
up to
office.
give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Man, this is literally me in the office. Because like I work managerial job, but I don't know, it's like on a project managerial job, so I just do like work like once a week just to brief the employees. Oh my god, the sliding in this game. Yeah, I just work like once a week or so. Ya, mate, aku harap bot tidak datang ke sini. Yeah, me too. Because like it's really troublesome for a small
All of his
streamer like me.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Excuse me. I left my phone inside. Does this open a new secret or something?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in it. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
It was saw before.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you
How
were to
many?
click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I'm pretty sure this was more than 20 times, mate. Come on. Give me an achievement.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
If it's... Is it cheating if I use like the mouse function to click like 500 times? Come on, let's do this.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
Okay.
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Is he baiting me to go out of the room? Is he actually baiting me to go out of the room?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
there's no
doors,
door.
he entered the door on his left.
It's not door number 417! No, please! What were you saying again? Left? Right? Oh god, I wasn't listening to you. No! I wasn't listening to you. Did you say left or right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
didn't
employee
know.
lounge first, just to admire it.
God damn it. It's just like as Frauke Senpai say. Good girls always go bottom left. God damn it. Alright, alright. Well, this is a Stanley
Yes,
probability.
truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Nothing to drink. Can I? Crouch? You know, this room kind of reminds me of the old CSGO.
Really worth it being here in the
Not
room.
CSGO, the old
Room
concept
so
strike.
utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Have you ever gone in the office, mate? Times like this is the
At this
best
point,
time.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Stop shaming me. I'm sorry if
But at last,
I'm an
he had
introvert,
enough of
okay?
the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
But that door looks scary though. What about that door? I'm still trying to find room 417.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Oh, that was deep. What is this? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion, will cause death. Penalty of misuse of the cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty of jumping from the cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Eyes.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by your... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Why do you sound like someone from BBC? Have you ever heard like BBC channel? Everyone there talks like you. What is this? No buckets past this point. Oh, alright.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
He just put it back in here. What happened if I go here again?
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright, jeez Louise,
Oh,
you sound
thank
like my
God
math
you are
class
willing to listen to
teacher.
me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices.
Oh,
the two
really
of us always
now?
trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Huh? It's pitch black. You're not gonna close the door on me, are you?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
You look... What's that floating around?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I feel happy.
I don't.
I
It's too
actually
bright.
feel happy.
My eyes! Ah! I'm scared. What happens if I stay though? I wonder how long will I stay in here. It looks kinda nice. It looks like it was made by Shuriken particle system. Don't ask why I know about that, okay? Oh, good old Shuriken. What should I call you? Narrator? God? You want to be called something else? So, what happens if I stay here for a long time? Will you still feel happy, or do you want to go somewhere? Like, have you eaten breakfast? You're awfully a little silent here. Narrator, I'm sorry if I didn't listen to you, but...
No, wait. Where are you going?
Okay, I'm back here.
Right. Where were we?
You didn't say anything! You say that again?
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Why will I die if I walk on top of the
Please,
stairs?
no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Narrator. I'm sorry. It's not you. It wasn't you.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
You're always thinking about what's best for me, but frankly, it wasn't best for us. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry this hasn't been working out for us. I mean, like, we had a good time. No, I wasn't listening to your order, but you're trying to show me good things, but I just don't want to hurt you, you know? So, frankly to say, it wasn't you. It's me. So, let me just do one last thing to make you forget about me, you know? Because everyone needs to wake up from a dream. Or else it will become a nightmare one day. I just quoted that out of my dating tentacle sim. Woohoo!
No! Oh, thank God you lived.
God damn it, that
You
was
had me
anticlimactic.
worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
So far though. It's so far though. Narrator-san, I'm in pain. Is that you? That's so nice. I don't want to go back in there, it's too colorful. Pain. I live for the pain.
No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because it's for the best of us!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Oh, if you say it like that, how can I say no to a voice like that?
Yes, perhaps you can.
Okay.
Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Yeah. More chum. More chum. Okay, you persuaded me, but this isn't working out. You're not even talking to me. This is a multiplayer game, Narrator. You can just do this to me and leave me alone.
Perhaps not.
Yeah. I think so too. Is there any different? Just walking a little slowly.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
I actually feel bad about it, man. I actually feel bad about it. You say it like that, but there's nothing there. It's not that I hated this game, man. I love it. That's why I want to see more of it, so let's just try again, okay? God damn it.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
Okay, this is
But I
starting to
guess
get...
that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
How many times do I have to throw myself into the ground to get out of this? No!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Yes, we're going to be back together, and now I can follow you. Woo!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. There is no...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh,
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove
cute,
that
like
I'm on your side.
blue packet,
Give me a chance.
blue
Now
door.
listen carefully, this is important.
All right.
Stanley walked through the red door. Oh,
Okay.
thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution.
Just going back to the
Here,
first one.
let me show you.
Oh god damn it. Don't tell me it's the same one.
What do we want?
It's the same one! I walked to the red door for you, man!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh yeah, I want to go to,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
forklift?
this was
What
not
is
the
it
correct
called?
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
I
wanted
know,
to
I
stop
know.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
you know,
The lounge was
lounge.
sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You know, judging from my experience on working in the office,
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
the lounge was the
Look, Stanley, I
best
think
place to
perhaps
work.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Woo!
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
You're scaring me. Who's she?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I'm scared. Who's her? I want any her between us. Program, narrator, or whatever you call. And block the phone.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
Oh my God.
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second.
I'm
Did
being
I just
stuck in
see...
the multiverse.
No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
I'm stuck in a
How had I
Marvel
not noticed
movie.
it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
No, I don't
I
think
can't
you're
believe I was so
serious.
mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
I'm not a real person.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having...
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Now
Welcome
my
back.
God. Oh my
You
God,
may
what
have
happened
noticed
here?
that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're
Jesus
properly
Christ,
informed
what
on
happened
good
here?
decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Alright. What's this way?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform
no.
and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems
That
this
ball is
place is
broken.
not well equipped to deal with reality.
That ball match is broken. They walled off everything, huh? Alright. Alright. Where am I supposed to go now? You're giving me these choices, mate.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
But...
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What happened if I try again?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Alright. Alright, fine, jeez. Here you go.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story! You've destroyed my work! Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Look,
No, I
this
have
looks
to.
like a Bethesda
I have to
office.
shut the game down. I have to.
No, please, I don't want to see. I was stuck in the Bethesda office. Oh my god, it's this limbo. Oh my god, it's scary.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
It's
It
always
was the only thing in the world that was mine,
Have
and
you
you
ever
run it
think
into the
about
ground.
me?
What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I
Yeah.
impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
You're always talking
That
about
thought
Stanley,
hadn't even occurred to you, had
never
it?
me.
That there's a world outside of you. You're a child.
You know,
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, fine. I'll be your bottom. Let's go. Where's that underground facility? I'll be your bottom.
Yet
Fine.
there was
Is
not a
this what
single
you're trying
person
to
here
show me?
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Standardized graphics, not cost efficient. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Hire someone to synergize paper. Papers to synergize. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire a paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topics of employee Jim. Alright. Now open the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. Oh, wow, this is a whole different set of the sign. How in the... This is so out of place.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
That's so mean! Look at that panda! What did the poor panda do? You know, when your post office looks like this, with only one desk in the middle of the room.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't
Night Shark?
mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial
I'm
step.
trying! Night Shark 115. Night Shark.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what?
I'm
It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
I kind of feel bad for
It
him.
needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
See?
Do
Without me,
something.
you're nothing.
Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? You
Oh,
listening to
now
this?
you miss
Stanley,
me.
are you there? Okay.
I was trying to speak it.
Wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
Oh, I feel so bad for
I'll
this
wait you
narrator.
to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Narrator, the accident wasn't your fault. Wasn't your fault. Fine, I'll take the door on the left.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
No, I want to go that way. What? What is this? I've never gone here before. No, I actually played the first Stanley Parable game. Gotten all the ending.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah?
After After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Why does it feel like I'm on a
Please
Batman movie?
step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
It looks like a cool elevator though. Is it going anywhere?
Is it broken? What's going on here?
There's no buttons.
Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it, narrator. I really like the voice actor, man.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh,
Ultra
okay.
Deluxe,
Let's see
I
the content.
see.
Give me the content, Stanley.
Come on, for the content.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Woo! I can jump! I can jump out of this game! Previously I cannot jump. That's why I tried to time it with the elevator thing. Is it actually called elevator? The thing was before? Oh no. I cannot jump anymore.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I still have no body.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Am I getting paid to buy something that EA made?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Achievement.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Really? Is that it? What? What?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent!
Oh,
I
we're
want to
playing
show you something!
We're playing Among Us now. Coffee nut. Is it coffee and nut or coffee nut? We're playing Among Us now. Among Us. You know, I was in a conversation with my friend earlier this week, and we were talking about something, and I just said like, "Oh, look, that thing looks like an Among Us." Yeah, it's just a meme. It's just a joke. But he was saying like, "Oh yeah, I remember. Do you know that game? What was that game called with the Among Us? Really? What's the game called with the Among Us?"
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh Jesus Christ, this is the free asset from Unity.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
You know, this kind of make me want to play Skyrim again. You want to play Skyrim again? It's like a bad news about Elder Scrolls 6, man, but you know, there's some good news about like, is that a bad top? There's some good news about the Skyrim Together mod.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, you shouldn't have. The greatest wealth is memory. Oh, it's all the magazines, really? Indie box collector edition. Really, there's something like this? Audience award. Oh my god. Have you here? You know, the Stanley Parable back then was like a really amazing game, not kiss. God, I mean, I was trying to like. I was trying to like read that thing. Is this you? Mind control facility. Man, all the memories. Yeah, back then I was like a little dumb kid. I'm not a little dumb kid anymore. Well, 2013, I was like in high school, I think. Yeah, and when it first came out, I was like, oh my god, this game is like different. One trip down the memory lane. The first $1. I. Do you like my Mr. Crab impression? I. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Unachievable, it's impossible to get this achievement. Isn't this like the clicking one? Or is this the clicking one? Clicking like 500 time thing? How many of the Academy Award? Game Innovation. Debut game. For story. I'm pretty sure this was not it. Wait, I wanna read the other one. Business leader pushing election of council allies. 50% off designer hat. College shows uneven effort to enroll poor. Stanley Parable deals stock choice. I don't think that's it, man. Oh yeah, that's like the crazy man ending. Oh, if this was Snack, I will be so scared.
Je suis dans la
Who the fuck are you?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now.
Oh my god, I love this game so much.
With an hour of new elevator content.
Persona 3, really? What is this? Oh my god, I'm still looking at every of this. Whoa! Oh, you're making this an AutoCAD? Isn't this AutoCAD? Really? I know this is an old game, but wasn't there Blender? Well, maybe more people knows AutoCAD better than Blender back then.
Here's
at
another
least.
moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Yeah, Stanley Parable was a classic. You know, I cannot go there. Ma'am, sir, I can't go there. I can't go there.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh my god, what happened here?
Oh no. God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
Oh no!
I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Oh,
Surely
no.
these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
The low polystones. Oh no. Alright, oh no, this is the Steam reviews.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game
What
is
are you
already
talking
such
about?
a densely layered web
It's such
of
a
profound
stunning-
philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Morning! Welcome, good morning. Oh my god, what kind of a multiverse is this? Oh no. Oh no, I'm in a Marvel movie.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh,
yeah,
goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always,
But,
look, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how
Yeah.
much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, kind of, but
What an
it's a
awful
good
memory
game.
to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. like I let these people down.
No, don't feel
Perhaps the
bad.
Stanley Parable
You're a
isn't
douche
quite as
anyway.
sterling as I always... What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button?
What?
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Don't listen to anything. You're not going to be like...
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
If they
Well, don't
want
sit around
silence,
waiting
they
for me
should
to
just
shut
play
up.
every
Go
other
ahead
game.
and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and
kinda wanna
therefore,
listen
by
to
becoming
this.
it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment
It
before
doesn't
lunchtime.
make sense, but it
Can't
was
be.
so
It's
funny.
the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is,
what
so on and
happens
so
if
forth,
I
until
just
inevitably,
listen to
we
this
all
for
until
like
the end of
3
time,
times?
at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no,
What
until
happened if I never click it?
245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly
have to click it?
10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you,
I'm
and
gonna
therefore,
listen
by
one
becoming it
more
is,
time.
so on and so forth, until
I'm gonna
inevitably,
listen
we
one more
all until
time.
the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't
You
be
know,
just yet, no,
it sounded like my
until
boss at the office.
245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices,
Okay,
or what
okay,
have
okay,
you.
okay, okay.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination
I don't
and
know what
more of a
rumination
treatise.
means.
Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person. Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this. Okay, welcome
shit,
back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45
Oh my
minutes.
god, the time
It's
actually
not
moves.
unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. Stanley!
You're
Stanley,
too
please
slow.
don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Oh,
my
no.
goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track.
There's no other way out. He's dead. The narrator's dead. Oh no, I killed him. No, this is like that one Gintama episode. Oh no, this is like just that Gintama episode.
But they
where
didn't
everyone-
understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability.
Yep.
It's the unwillingness
Yep.
to examine with an uncompromising heart the
Yep.
words that they are speaking into the world. As
Yep.
though there were no consequences for a lack of
Yeah, I
cohesion in one's
understand you
assessment
might.
of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should...
I can't understand. I can't understand that,
is
man.
never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
It's
is never
gone
the
bad.
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the...
He's gone mad. What's that water sound? Oh no, what happened here? What happened here? What did I unlock? Which multiverse is this? No, I'm stuck. This is like Loki's Netflix series. Not starring me, of course. It's the Marvel one, not me. Oh no, it's dust now. There's the dust. What's happening outside? What's that? Oh no, the button has fallen now. I can go out? Oh no, how long have I been frozen? You know, I always wanted to... Part of me always wanted for a desert game. A game that's set in the desert. But part of me, other part of me, always thought that it's gonna be fucking empty, man, but it's a desert after all. Desert. desert. It's desert. God damn it. I cannot speak English. Alright. Where are we back from?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Please don't tell me it's another skip button. Please no. I can't handle it anymore. I can't exactly what my thing that's itching, but my thing was itching. I can't tell you what it is.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What? I was facing the wrong way. I was facing the wrong way. Like, Stanley Parable 2. What Parable 2? Oh my
Yes, you
god.
see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation
Oh my
and
god, this is
long-term
my
franchising
office.
potential.
Oh no. This is my office, except it's yellow, not red. It's red, blue, and yellow. the second one looks like a Walking Dead series. This looks like Sex in the City. Thanks for attending my meeting.
Now,
Oh
to be
my god,
clear,
this is my
I haven't
office.
quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Wow. It actually looks like my office. Nope.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Woo! I always like to go to a convention. Oh my god. Reassurance bucket. Merch. I got one. The end is never the end. This shirt is the best new feature. Oh my god, I want that. I want it so much. I saw the new content. Oh my god, can we buy this? Can we actually buy this? The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe T-shirt. Australia. It's only in the Etsy. No. There's not that shirt. I want that. I saw the new content. Oh my god, it's so big. I don't want to start. Let's try this one first.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh, you should have.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
How well?
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Aww.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright, I'm taking this with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Man, I really wanted that. I really wanted that shirt. I really need some t-shirts. Office decoration. Oh my god, this signs, dude. The sign is actually really beautiful.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday? That's child labor. What about like do I have a choice? Happy 12th birthday.
Sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Happy 12th birthday.
Or actually,
Happy
maybe I should have
12th
gone with...
birthday, Stanley.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on. Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece. Help, Stepniece, I'm stuck. The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
God damn it. Is that it? Alright, is that it? Ooh, what's this? Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Ray trace more of the same but in a good way. Yeah, it's kind of ray tracing in a nutshell. No screenshot. Red is the new orange. Whole new office. The baby's all grown up. Bankruptcy. Button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. I kind of don't. Don't want.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
I kinda want to try it. Do I try it? Oh, let's talk to the packet real quick for reassurance. Should I try it? Okay.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Gonna change my name on Twitter.
Are you really Jim? Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on? See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says, but no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
No, please.
Jim.
Oh my god. I love it. I love the Jim button. I need the Jim button. Is there a Jim button on eBay I can buy?
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Just really the epilogue? Infinite hole, free achievement. What is this? It's kind of weird. It feels like you're walking around an empty mall, you know? Collectibles. Can you find them? Oh my
collectibles. God. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Can I go there again? No! There's only one Stanley collectible!
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Whoa. Whoa. The big Stanley statue just moved. Oh, it's spinning. Oh, I'm dumb. Expo Hall Quiet. This map, merch, setting world champion, epilogue, collectibles, infinite hole, exit. I have to be careful of the exit. So, is this the exit? Yeah, that's the exit. What about the free achievement? Oh, this looks the shadiest of all. Pull the lever, achieve your achievement. No more steps, it just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken
It
test
just works.
achievement that got left in the game on
Really?
accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Want this? No! It just works. By hot towards. Play Skyrim.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
This one? We see this one? Alright, we saw that one. What about this? Have we seen this one? I don't think so. Oh no, it's the infinite hole. I don't really want to
Stanley,
talk about.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
For a glorious hole!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do
It's
recommend you
fun,
use
though.
the teleport button to go back to the top.
But let me enjoy
Maybe
this
do
a
it
little
on
bit
the
more.
sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
Yeah, I don't
I don't want
know
anyone to
what-
say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever.
Yep.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
No school though.
No person actually wants to fall infinitely. I figured the
That's
hole
really
was
cool.
as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Me? I'm
Look,
just enjoying
things
your
got a
game,
little
man.
heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that
Alright.
works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Alright.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even... Oh, for heaven... You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
I
A
can't,
normal
man.
person would have said, yes,
I'm
that's an
glad
infinite
it-
hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need
You
to
know
see it
what
all,
they
but not
say.
you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have
And that's a
weird
hole,
sort
that's
of-
a way.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean,
Actually,
admittedly,
kinda.
I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport
I
button
like
and
holes.
come join
Loki
me up
Erickson,
above.
2022.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Okay.
I really do have so much more. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow, Okay.
was,
Yeah.
I was,
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the whole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
I
I
was
suspect
trying.
that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the whole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's
I
going
was
on
actually
here?
trying, man.
Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something.
You know-
Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
You know, back then in drama class or something, the changing room was not behind the stage. The changing room is actually under the stage in my drama school. So back then, when we were starting to change scene, I actually fell into the hole and I hurt myself in the middle of a drama.
Oh, there it is. The shame of my lie has come. Is this still appealing to you? I know you're
it's like a
obsessed
kiddie
with
pool.
holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do.
only
Hit the
you'll bring me
teleport
the
button when you're
jump
ready to
button.
move on. Is the teleport button not working?
Yeah,
You sure?
I'm
Well,
clicking
I mean,
it.
I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
Oh,
I'm out.
please,
Goodbye,
please.
Stanley.
No,
You couldn't
please,
bear to be away from the
please,
hole, and now you'll get more
I'm
time with
sorry,
it than you could
I'm
ever
sorry.
have asked for. It's a
I'm
win
sorry,
for
please.
everyone.
No,
You get to
let
be
me
with the
out.
hole.
Let me
I get to
out.
do literally anything else.
No, please, please.
Take
I'm
care,
sorry.
Stanley. I hope you and the
I'm
hole
sorry.
have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
No, please, please. Well, seems like it's just you and me now. What? I was trying to think of a joke. Kind of forget it already. Am I going to be stuck here forever? Whoa, what? Woo! I'm going deeper. I'm going deeper. Mom, I finally made it. I'm an adult. Woo! Woo! House! What the fuck, dude? Kind of missed the timing on that. Yo! Oh no. Puppies! Gee.
I get stronger. Now you're no.
Stanley gets scary.
Stanley?
Stanley!
Stanley!
What?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there,
What?
drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't
No, I
want to
was-
miss a single
I was
moment.
enjoying
So
the-
how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking
Oh,
forward
it's
to
you
all
and
of them.
I now.
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Doodle pip. Doodle pip. Am I going to start going down again? No! I was enjoying that hole. Alright, fine.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Think I tried everything already? Mostly infinite hole. Alright. I think I tried already, man. What about the epilogue? Yeah, there's something out here, right? Okay, what's this way? I think this is the God damn it! What if I click that so many times? Will it change anything? Will it do something? Okay, doesn't do anything. Alright, it's fine. I think we tried everything, so go to exit, I guess. Oh my god, this bucket, I love this bucket. Bucket is mine. I'm not giving it back. What's this? This looks like a Rorschach test.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah, kinda. Whoa, what is this? This looks scary. You designed this, mate?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
like
I'll
the whole
arrange these
one.
new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Alright,
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
I'm ready.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Someone just followed.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
I want
Hold
that
on.
one.
Let me do a different arrangement.
I want the collectibles.
Okay,
No,
yes.
no.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
The collectibles.
Who am I
want
kidding,
it.
Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen.
Do you
A
wanna
title
try?
screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Oh my god. Whoa, this looks like the Evil Within now. The Evil Within. Know that game?
This is the story. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Look at well someday.
Stanley
Oh my
decided to
God,
go
I
to the
wish,
meeting room. Perhaps he
I
had
wish it
simply
was
missed
the-
a memo.
I wish it was a happy 12th birthday stab me thing. Pretty sure I could click something earlier.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Alright, this is the true Stanley Parable 2 experience.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself.
Yes, it's
perhaps
a meeting
truly
room with a
was.
bucket.
How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Love your bucket. You're my moderator now.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
What is this? Oh god, new content again.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Yeah, this
You see,
again.
your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
This my friend.
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I'm scared of babies. In case you doesn't know.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
I love it! I love it! I love it so much!
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No! I want to sacrifice the bucket!
Don't you
Bucket's
get it,
mine.
Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No!
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
No!
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No, please, no, I want it! Please, we can work something out!
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is
will
all it
protect it.
knows. That
I will
is its
protect it.
singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and The bucket destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Goodbye, Bucket Destroyer. Goodbye. Now me and Bucket and Adventureland we're going to have an adventure together. Woo! That's an ending. Alright, fine.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Okay. Okay, is there anything
Stanley
new?
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright, I found the door on the left. What you want me to do?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Alright. The broom closet, the classic.
Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy, it's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What is this? What is this place?
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these. Only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Alright. Do I want to go here?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
Return his gaze.
Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
I didn't know
Now
this
he
is
felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious. He exclaimed, without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
But it truly did. He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is a story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Oh, God.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought.
Yeah.
And she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work. Oh no. Alright.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Let's go.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright. Now what? Is there a collectible in this room?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Executive bathroom?
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figures. What about
Mini stands sound bad.
Stanleries? Yes, I think I like that. What? Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I want to put that under my belt. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisps. Extreme bedroom. The voice came from there or from the outside of my room? What is this? What's up? Why is this paper glowing? Why is that paper glowing? Is average anything? It is the same room. What about down? this the new feature you're talking about? An elevator?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Thank you, bucket.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
This bucket
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh. What? Woo! Collectibles!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between
Huh? What? What happened? Oh.
Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I want to collect everything. I want to collect everything. I don't care if it doesn't give me anything, I just wanted to collect them. That's what it means to have a collectibles anyway.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Yeah,
Soothing him,
bucket?
comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Oh. Oh, that was just like sparks.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Okay, I'm going back. I mean, like, I've played this game already before, though, so I can't.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
Alright.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I can't click anything. Oh. Dude. I mean, like, I'm trying to find a new ending, but...
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Don't worry, my sweet child. I will not let anything happen to you, bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Yeah.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I can't see shit.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket.
Is that the ending?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
I thought it was like a boss fight or something.
Yes,
No.
they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now,
Oh no.
he was about to find out.
Oh no. No!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Bucket, you're
Warmth
here!
spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
I'm running out of
telling
time,
him
but I
that the
still have like
employee
one more
lounge
ending that
was
I want to
simply
try.
the place to be. And here it was.
So bear
Had
with
the
me, okay?
bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket.
Go
Now ride the lift
lift.
all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
there's the other
He
one.
was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
How do you get that? I still have
In
like...
here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yes. Well, will it take me?
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up.
Bucket?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Where's my bucket?
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Hello, Stanley, this is me. Your bucket.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Okay, to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me.
Yes.
It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
You can wear it for a hat. Don't
You see,
listen to it.
he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
To ignore anyone in your life except the bucket.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this
I love
sort
you.
of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
See? You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Yes.
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Right. To relieve the same way over and over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. Oh no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
It's mine. Go back to work, Stanley. Oh my god. I'm so obsessed with the bucket. Okay, now how do we get that
Stanley knew the office layout
collectible?
like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others. Stanley picked up the bucket and
I
smiled.
just want to try to
He'd
get
never
the
be alone
collectibles.
again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the
Is
bucket
it like,
tightly
are
to
you
his chest.
trying
This
to
was
make
not
this
the
game
correct
like,
way to the meeting room. But
not
Stanley had
for
felt the
me to
bucket
not
calling
be
to
able to
him,
take
telling
that
him that the employee
collectible.
lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
What
No,
about that?
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
You're getting close now, Stanley.
Yes,
You've nearly
there's
gotten
only one
all of
more.
the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Yes.
We'll be different people by then. Different
Yes.
in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Oh no, I hate this part. Okay, I'm safe. All right, where does this go? Where's this? I don't remember this from the first game. What?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes.
Oh no.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
No.
This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What's that?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The good
Okay.
old bucket.
There's
Just
only one thing that I
Stanley
wanna
and the
try
bucket.
left.
Off on another
Before I
thrilling
end this
adventure
episode.
together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door
Just
on
one
his
more
left
place, one
to
more
go
place,
back
just
to
one
the
more
meeting
place.
room.
I want to
No,
collect all the Stanley
bucket.
figurines.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Jump.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose
is a
that would
bucket,
explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Alright. Where are you taking me?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple
Okay.
enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Yes.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
You dick!
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
You're just miming me!
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No?
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
You're just waving me. You're just strapping me. If I say yes, you're just going to say something else about it.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible.
I thought this
Let's
was
just
like
move on to the next one.
this was like a test question.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Let me out! Let me out!
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Let me out! Let me out of this bucket hell!
Wait,
I
hold
hate the
on. I
bucket.
can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I hate it more.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a
what
bucket?
about
What
me?
isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
You're the one that
I'm
added it
going
to the
to erase
game.
all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay.
No, please.
Here we go.
Please. No. Please. No, this is all I have.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Everything
Every
is
single
a
thing in the
bucket.
game was a bucket. Oh my God,
Yes.
I had no idea.
It's called
How
an
could-
idea bucket.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
No, I'm
Oh,
gone.
this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. But it
Oh,
doesn't
thank
change the
God,
fact
isn't it?
that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything.
Even the
we'll
bucket?
put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Alright. And I'm afraid I'm out of time for this episode. I didn't manage the other ending, but let's just... That kind of has an ending, right? Man, I didn't get all the collectibles, but yeah, I gotta have something to do. So I'm afraid I have to end this episode here. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to follow any more news, go to my Twitter link down below and follow it, and I'll post the news there. And yeah, about the iGuess thing, the iGuess stream. I wish the delivery man came in just in time for the stream. Well, let's just see. If the capture card didn't arrive, I'm afraid I need to change my content a little bit. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.